Today on Focus on the Farm, we focus on the future. This year is going to be remembered for the staggering amounts of rain that we received throughout the growing season. While the weather itself caused plenty of damage, there are going to be more issues in the future from the flooding and the flooded fields that occurred. Logan Dinkla with Syngenta says farmers should expect to face higher pressure from weeds and diseases.
With that, whether it's, we're bringing in moisture or bringing in humidity, and now the temperatures to go with it can be favorable for different diseases, whether they're foliar or stalk rots and stuff. You think of fields I've been in, it's not just one disease. There's 4 or 5 at times in some fields. Outside of disease, there's weed pressure issues, whether weed seed is brought in through moisture or in spots where the crop is variable and either we lost corn stand or it's opened up, weeds like water hemp or grasses are able to thrive and cause issues going forward into the future with the weed seed bank.
And when it comes to managing those diseases, Dinkla says it's important to make a plan at the beginning of the crop year.
From a disease perspective, it's, using a fungicide, something that's going to be broad spectrum and have a lot of plant health benefits to go along with it. Especially in some of these wetter areas, standability is potentially going to be a big thing where, maybe we're nutrient deficient or other factors are stressing these plants. If we can offset stress through some of our Syngenta fungicides, that can have a lot of benefits to it.
It's a similar case with the weeds as well. The best management practice is to keep them from emerging in the first place.
And from a weed control perspective, it's, investing in the pre, a strong pre. I talk a lot about Storin or the different Acuron brands and really never letting weeds come up is kind of our goal. On the soybean side, it'd be, using a product like Tindovo and making sure to come back timely and with an overlapping residual and never let the weeds really get ahead of us where we're having to kill emerged weeds.
Now, while we can't control the weather, Dinkla says farmers can offset the risk of damage by encouraging healthier crops.
There's a lot with the weather we can't predict and control, but we can plan ahead to offset our risk. A healthier plant is going to be able to handle those stresses better. So like the idea of fungicide, we keep that plant healthy. It's not having to battle different diseases or, stalk rots. It's going to be able to handle environmental issues better, increase standability and, some of the ways that we can help offset that risk.
And as a final word, with the enhanced disease and weed pressure this year, Dinkla says it's more important than ever for farmers to scout for issues in their fields this year.
Podcasts by Federated Media.